Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel Java Stories. So today we are going to see yet another question on the stream APIs. This will be the second question in this playlist, and let us look into the problem. So we have a list of movies basically now, and if we see the movies entity, it has a show ID, type, titles, and the list of directors, the list of actors, country, and the year. So let me show from where I have taken this data. I have taken this data from the Kaggle set of the Netflix. So you could see we have show ID, type, title, director. So director can be multiple. Okay, for a one title, we can have a multiple director, or we could have single director. And sometimes in the data set, you could see the director is not present. So that can also be the case. Then we have the cast, basically the whole cast, comma separated, and then we have the year, release year, we have the country, we have the date added, and of course we have these ratings, the durations, and it is listed in descriptions. So what we have taken basically all this information, and how I have read this is a CSV I have just downloaded from the Kaggle set. I will put this in the description as well, the whole GitHub link. Now coming back to the question is we have to print the name of the director who have directed the most movies, and this is our question, and ignore the director whose name is not present. Of course, that is a caveat for this question. So we will look into it, how we could proceed and how we could solve this problem with the help of amazing Java Stream APIs. So of course, since we want directors, so from movies, I somehow want a stream of directors. So whenever this is the case, from one thing, it has the one-to-many relationship, and we want a stream on that thing, we need flat map. Suppose I do a stream on it. If I took the variable name, I know it's a stream of movies, and movies have a list of directors. So what I need to do, movie stream, from a movie stream I want a director stream. So the flat map, of course, this is going to take a movie, and from the movie I need to fetch the directors, and then I have to open a stream on it. If I just take a look into this, if I just take this into a variable, this comes out to be a director stream. I will do like this, and then of course I will change them in the end. Now from these stream of strings, which is of course, if I write this in English, it is a stream of director names. Now basically, now what I really want, if I could make a map of something, it's like I want to create a map of basically map of director, and basically director will be the key, and what I want is basically how many movies the director has directed. So basically the value should be count, and the key should be the director name. This is what my aim is to create now, so that at least I have a map, and from that map I'm going to find the director who have directed the most movies. So how we could proceed to this? So now it's very simple. We have to collect this. We have to do some kind of a grouping by. So let me do this collectors dot grouping by, and I have to group on the base of the director name. So for this is a director, and I want to do on the basis of the name itself. This is also director name. So I have to make it on the director name. So this basically nothing, it's quite easy. Now I have to pass the second parameter. How I need to collect it, I need to count basically. Now collectors dot counting, and if I try to take this into a variable name, see exactly what I want. The string represents the director name, the long represent how many movies the director has directed. This map represents key as the director name, and the value, which is long type, it's showing how many movies that director has directed. So basically, if I took in the CSV, how much for a particular director, if it is coming in three times in those CSVs, three lines, then the count will be three. If it is coming five times, the count will be five. This is the way this collectors dot counting is going to work. Okay, so let us see what's the value of this. If I see, okay, the Steve Brill has directed two movies, Sharon Nisa has produced one movie, Paul Rashid has one, Ron Underwood has one, but there is this peculiar which is coming as empty string, and it is 2634. If I look it back into the CSV, I have already told that the director can also be an empty string. I need to filter out this. So how I could filter this out? So let me just filter it out here itself. After flat map, let me filter this out. Director name, director name dot equals ignore case. It should not be an empty. And if I just check it now, you could clearly see that empty string is gone. Now, if you see, there are so many directors who have directed one movies. There could be so many directors who have directed two movies. So suppose I need to find the director who has directed the most movies, and if there is a tie, then it is going to be very problematic for me to deal with this kind of a map. So what I really want, I want to invert this map, and the map should now look like map of basically the count, and the value should be list of directors. It's like key is one, how many directors have directed only one movie, how many directors have directed two movies. So count represents the key of the map, represent the value, and corresponding to that we have a list of directors. So this is some kind of a trick here when we are trying to solve this kind of a problem, and then we will look how we will proceed from there. But first, let's do this. So from this I need to invert the map. How I'm going to do it, I'm going to open an entry set. This is the way to open a stream on map. Now we have to start doing the grouping by. So it's collectors dot grouping by. Now I need to group based on the value of this entry which I have. So entry has to be entry dot get values. Now I need to find the list of that, basically list of director name. So I'm going to do this. Actually, if I do this simply collectors dot to list, and if I see the value of this, so this is long, which is what I really want. But then this is the map dot entry. I really don't want this map dot entry. I really want a list of names only, basically the list of directors, which is of course a string. How could I do this? Now we are getting into some advanced topic of this stream APIs. and here we need to pass the downstream parameter of this grouping by. And how we do this, let us see that as well. Let me just took this into the presentation view. Okay, now you need to do something like collectors dot mapping. Mapping is telling us how you need to basically from this map dot entry exactly what you want to be collected into some kind of a collection, maybe a list, maybe a set, which we are going to define in this collectors dot mapping. So basically I just want that the director name, and from where we are going to get the director name, from this entry, the key value of the entry holds the director name here. So let me just put this in next line. So this is going to take an entry, and I just want to get the key basically holds the name of the director. And how I want to do this, I want to collectors dot to list. Let me take this into variable name and see, now we have a list of directors, and key represent, okay, suppose the key is 1, then we have a list of directors who have directed 1 movie, 2 movies, 3, how many directors have directed 3 movies. This way the map has been created. And if I try to print this out, let's see the result. See, a one, how many so many directors have directed just 1 movie. And if I go to the last 22, Rajesh Chilaka has directed 22 movies, Jen Sutar has directed 21 movies. So this is the way. Now the question is quite easy as in the previous question. We have to just sort this map based on the key values and pick the first element. So this question I'm going to solve not just for the first highest. We'll just solve this problem in such a way. If somebody asks me, name the director who have directed the nth highest one. This is some kind of a nth highest salary question. So how we going to do this? Collect one, again the same way, open the stream on it, and after stream, just sort this. Need to pass the comparator object. I'm going to use the factory method of comparator for comparing. How we need to compare? Very easy. Just get key. I need to do this in the descending order. A very nifty way of doing this is put a minus sign here, and just I need to collect this in some kind of a list, and I'm just going to give a to list. And if I just try to fetch this, we have this, and from this list get the 0 1. Let me take this into value, and I just need to print get value. This is my answer. See, Rajesh Chikalia has, and let me also say have or has, because it could be one, it could be many. Directed movies. We could see only one director have directed 22 movies, and in the interview, while giving the answer, I strictly prefer that the interviewee should present his answer in this way, and once the answer has been achieved, what the interviewee can do it, he could just change everything and can present his answer in a very beautiful way to the interviewer. Let me show how he could do. I do not need this. This is just for explanation. I just need to flat map here, and then from here I need to again collect, and then from here collect I need to entry set the stream. From here I need to again make an entry set, and even I could do a get 0 here, and I could take this into the answer, and I could print my answer like this. If I could see the same answer we have got, and just to make sure our answer is correct, let me see how many times this is appearing in my CSV file. The CSV file is here, and if I just check this thing, you could see it is present 22 times, basically in 22 lines. Now if I just check how I have just read this file, I will just show you. This is the netflix.title.csv which I have downloaded from the Kaggle. I have put that into resources file, and then it is very simple. I have used the CSV reader from the Apache. I have read this, and I have able to get this data, model this data into this record, which is a movie. So finally we have solved this quite a complex problem with the help of streams. And if you like this video, please share, please subscribe to my channel, and also if you have any doubt, please comment. I will surely look into it. Till then, bye bye, and please practice very hard on the stream APIs.